Okay, so before we kick off today, it's important that we acknowledge the traditional owners of our country throughout Australia, their connection to the land, the sea, and their communities. We pay our respects to their elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders peoples today. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us here today for our technical readiness session. The intention here today is to make this session useful for you. We strongly encourage you to ask any questions you might have during the session in the chat session of the Zoom meeting here today. We'll do our best to answer those questions as we're going through the meeting, and we have people monitoring that session for us now. If we're not able to answer those questions during the meeting, there is ample time at the end of the question for a Q&A session. So joining us today from the SACE board, we have myself, Simon, and Pete from the ICT team. Julie, who's from our project management team, will be joining us shortly, and we have both Chris and Russell from the Ask SACE team. We have ICT managers and SACE coordinators from schools across all sectors here in South Australia, in the Northern Territory, and from some of our international schools as well. So thank you again for joining us all today. We hope this session is helpful to you all. So why are we here today, and what's the practice window all about? Well, really the practice window is about confirming school readiness to deliver electronic exams. Here at the SACE board, we are committed to delivering exams electronically, but we're also committed to improving student experience for those exams and their well-being while they're taking those exams. We have a continued commitment to continue using the SACE exam browser, although we do acknowledge that there will be some schools joining the call today who use Chromebooks, and we have a different solution for that. We also acknowledge that the technical landscape that we're all operating in is changing and changing rapidly, so we just want to talk a little bit about that. And finally, it's about reconfirming our partnership, working together with the schools and the SACE board team here to deliver a good experience to our students. At the end of the day, that's what we're here to do, to make sure these exams are as seamless to the students as possible. So to get us kicked off now, I'm going to hand it over to Pete Brady from the ICT team, and he's going to run us through the rest of the slides. Thanks, Pete.
Just before you kick off, Pete, there's a few people in the waiting room, Simon. If you could just admit them through, that'd be great. Thanks.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Thank you. Sorry, it's the asking an ICT guy to multitask. It's not working real well.
How are we going?
Yeah, I think we're all there. I think we've got the people joining in now. Over to you, Pete.
All right, welcome everyone. So today I'll just run through the technical readiness side of things. Definitely encourage any questions at the end of this section, just so, or even during, if you've got anything pressing, put it into the chat channel if you can. We're here to work with you and try and assist where possible. So the practice window will open next Monday on the 25th of August and closes on Friday, the 19th of September. For those from China, please note that you do have a different window to allow for your school holidays. Post the practice window, there will be a debrief session on Tuesday, the 23rd of September. And then obviously final exams start the week beginning Monday, the 3rd of November until Friday, the 14th. Next slide, please. Good to see technology is working well for us. Can you go to the next slide? It's e-exam technical readiness. There are resources available for school IT teams on the SACE website. This will detail the minimum technical requirements for student devices, the SACE exam browser, SEB information and download area, and a downloadable bandwidth testing tool and instructions for ensuring that your bandwidth is sufficient. For further information, please see the e-exams technical readiness page on the SACE site, or you can scan the QR code in the bottom right-hand corner. This will detail the removal of the old unsupported OS, Mac, and Windows operating systems. We've now added the Sequoia and Windows 11 24H2. There are new versions of SEB for both Mac and Windows to be downloaded. And there's an updated version of the bandwidth test tool. So I encourage you to go to these sites and make sure that you've got the latest current versions of everything. Now, next slide, please, Simon. The practice window is your opportunity to confirm that your school's readiness to deliver the e-exams. We recommend where possible that the practice window is actually performed in a location where the students will be doing the actual live exam. And that this will also ensure that they're using the actual devices they'll be using, they're connecting to the access points that they'll be using for that, just to check that end-to-end connection and everything works. Ideally, ICT staff will be available and supporting and reserving one or more of these practice windows, just again to iron out any potential issues at the school side. Next window, please. Next slide, please. So what's new for 2025? So as I said before, there is a new set packages for both Windows and Mac. There's a new version of the electronic exam system. There's a new bandwidth testing tool, changes to the supporting operating systems. Wireless headsets are now supported. And at the end of the questions for a page, instead of fading, it has been removed and replaced with an end of question, whatever, on the exam page. Again, what's going to be used in this practice window? So headsets are a good example. What they're using at this practice window would preferably be used at the end of the year as well, just to make sure that's all occurring. Next slide. Okay. You just jumped. That's it. Thank you. The AI landscape is obviously changing fairly rapidly. We understand that students are using AI technology in their studies as part of the SACE, both generative AI and web extensions, ChatGPT, Copilot, and others. AI guidelines are available on the SACE website or by scanning the QR code in the below right corner. Using any form of AI in a SACE exam is not permitted. Next slide, please. The current versions of SEB have undergone rigorous testing against known and existing generative AI and other supportive AI tools such as Grammarly. These are getting a bit of background noise. These are ever-changing environments, and these tools are evolving and changing rapidly. The practice window provides an opportunity for us to test the technology in a real-world environment. We deeply appreciate any feedback that schools can give us for any unexpected occurrences. New OSs will most likely be released before the end of year. SACE does not support these and recommend students or schools update to these versions. So please avoid downloading anything new from now until then from this practice window. And again, just refer to the website for supported versions. These are the versions you use for the SACE practice window and final exams. Next slide, please. A few other changes this year. So the red screen exit code will be provided in advance of the practice window and live exams. Please note that these are different codes between the two, the practice window and the live exam. If you see or hear any unexpected behavior, including new and emerging assistive technologies being available to students during the practice window, please advise the SACE team as soon as possible so we can investigate. And where possible, please avoid any infrastructure changes post the practice window. If you must make changes, please contact us so we can facilitate testing. We understand under cybersecurity changes and everything there may be need, but it's best if you can make us aware so we can work with you. Next slide, please. Please note that the headset should only be used when actively listening to the audio or multimedia. practice window exam content is not always reflective of the live exams. For example, this time the psychology exam in the practice window will have a video in it. The live exam does not. And if students are using Chrome devices for examinations and have not previously been supported, please advise the SACE team. Next slide, please. Again, towards the end of the year, Mac and Windows tend to release their new operating systems. Encourage your students not to install them. Please don't upgrade the student devices. Again, whatever is used in the practice window is what's preferred. Obviously, towards the end of the year, SACE did not have capacity to fully test those. We have tested what is released on or listed on the website, but we would not be able to test these prior to the live exams. We have identified an issue with a school's environment where Ventura devices time out roughly after about 60 minutes, and it requires a hard reset to recover. If you do have students using macOS Ventura, please test thoroughly during that practice window, and we recommend leaving those devices connected for at least 60 minutes, but the full window up to the 130 minutes would be recommended. Next slide, please. Does anyone have any questions at this point? I'll check the chat as well.
Nothing coming through the chat, Pete.
No questions? Everyone's good? So we'll proceed on to the next slide. There will be another opportunity if you think of anything in the upcoming bit. So what's next? So post this practice window, as I said, there will be a debrief on Tuesday, the 23rd September, where we can share our learnings, seek support from each other, from colleagues and the SACE team, if you have encountered anything, any ongoing support required. Oh, excuse me, over this practice window, the SACE team are available to discuss with you. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Next slide.
Just got one question that's
we
come through, Pete, regarding the SEB version number to download.
So those versions of SEB are available on our website under the technical readiness page, and I'm probably going to confuse these and get them around backwards, but it's 3.8 for Windows and 3.5 for Mac, I believe, are the ones that should be up there. But if you go to that technical readiness page on the SACE board website, the versions of SEB that are available for download now are the ones that you'll need to use for the students. So people, that was really all that we had to present to you today. This is really about an opportunity for you all to ask questions if you've got any. And so we really encourage that. So if you've got anything that you'd like to ask in the chat, please feel free to do so. Or if you'd rather just ask it online here, please come off mute. We'll do our best to answer those questions for you now. Clearly, if there's something you think about on the back of this call that you want to get answered, feel free to reach out to the Ask SACE team. The question from Michelle, yes, we will be able to provide a copy of this presentation for you all. In relation to Chromebooks, no, there's no changes, Kate, this year to how Chromebooks have been used in previous years. I'll keep going while I'm on a roll. Yes, the SACE and NAPLAN lockdown browsers will still conflict with each other, Derek. So if you do have the NAPLAN lockdown browsers, which is also the SEB platform, you will need to uninstall that and install the SACE browser on top of it, as they will conflict. Question there about students using voice to text. Will this be the same conditions in the practice window as the final exams? I might pass that to Russell to answer.
Yeah, I'll follow that up. Is that Kelly Scott? I know we spoke about it at the SACE coordinator session, so I might make a time to give you a call and we'll be able to talk that one through before the end of the week, if that's okay. Thank you.
The question regarding Japanese to SEB instead of the Chrome browser, at this point in time, no. The problem we have with that is that the SAFE exam browser actually doesn't play nicely with the Japanese character set that we use for that exam. So that's the reason we actually use the focus tracking instead of SEB for the Japanese language exam. For the benefit of those people where we've got a question that we take on notice, we will actually share the answers to those questions with everybody who's registered for this call today. So the question regarding the around the voice to text, we'll share with everybody so you've all got the same answer. I think, Natasha, in answer to your question there about the wireless headphones, probably the best thing to do would be for the who's ever running the invigilator to pause that student and look to restart the computer and see if you can get those headphones to connect again. And it would be, yeah, but to particularly make sure you pause the student, you could put it down to just having a break, get them to restart the device and see if you're able to reconnect the headphones. If not, it would be really good. We always recommend that you have some backup devices there. It would be great if you had a backup device that actually had the ability to plug a set of headphones into them just in case of occurrences like that, or their headphones go flat or something.
Just on that question, Tom, about coordinated exams and the starting point for implementing exams, happy to have a conversation with you. Sounds like a new person in the role. Maybe we could talk you through some of the key things to cover through the exam period. Just if you could confirm what school you're from, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay, well, look, if there's no further questions, thank you all for your time today. We really appreciate that. As I said before, if you do think of any questions post this call, please reach out to Ask SACE. We will provide a copy of this deck and we will make the recording of this available on the website post this call. Yeah, we've noted the comment there around the new to the role, so we'll